Hello, everybody. This is Gary. Today is Thursday, August 6th, 2020. It's 7:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States in Rochester, New York. And this is my coping with schizophrenia entry for today. Yesterday, I had an appointment with my primary care nurse practitioner. Um, we just discussed my medications that I take for medical reasons. Flomax for enlarged prostate, um, laxatives for constipation caused by my psychiatric medications, other stomach medications like sucralfate, which is to prevent ulcers, protonics, which is to prevent ulcers and for acid reflux. Um, we did talk about me going to the gastroenterologist and getting my esophagus dilated because I have trouble swallowing solid food. It often gets stuck in my chest. And once a piece of food gets stuck, then nothing else will go down. If I try to drink something, it'll just come back up. It usually goes down on its own in about 20 to 30 minutes, but it's very inconvenient. I have no problems swallowing liquids in general. It's just large bits of food sometimes get stuck. And the gastroenterologist is going to have to stick like a wire down my throat and widen my esophagus. This problem comes from my taking Seroquel, which is the antipsychotic mood stabilizer that I take for schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. Um, it causes difficulty in swallowing by messing up the coordination of the muscles in the esophagus and the intestinal tract, and it makes it difficult sometimes to swallow things consistently and easily. Um, of course, part of it is I may be taking too large bites of food. The thing is, this has happened before when I was on Seroquel, and the only thing that fixed it without going off the Seroquel was to have my esophagus dilated by the gastroenterologist. It does seem to a lot of people that if you take psychiatric drugs, it's more trouble than it's worth because of all the side effects: constipation, enlarged prostate, difficulty swallowing, getting sunburned and sweating in hot weather, getting dehydrated. There's a whole bunch of side effects that come from psychiatric medication: weight gain, diabetes, and that's true. These things happen to a lot of people. But if you learn to manage the side effects of some psychiatric drugs, you don't necessarily have to run into all these problems. Like Seroquel, for example, has been linked to obesity and increased risk of diabetes. The best way to deal with that is to um, eat proper. Even if you're on Seroquel, you can still exercise more, taking less fat, calories, and sugar, and increase your diet to more vegetables, fruits, less meat, not totally eliminating meat or dairy, make it a more plant based diet, get vigorous exercise. Um, I only weigh 212 pounds, according to the doctor yesterday, or the nurse practitioner. So I'm not that much above where I'm supposed to be. I'm about 5'9" in height, and my weight's about 212 pounds. That might be a little bit overweight, but not great. And I'm in no danger of getting diabetes. I've heard stories about some people on Seroquel will gain 50 to 100 pounds, and that's too long after that they end up getting diabetes. The manufacturers of Seroquel, the original manufacturers, got sued, and often the drug company would have out of court settlements with the people who claimed that they got diabetes and weight gain from taking Seroquel. Um, I mean, you would get somebody with diabetes from Seroquel, and the company might offer them, like, I don't know, $60,000, as opposed to paying out millions of dollars in damages if they lost a legal lawsuit. Um, but weight can be managed even if you're on Seroquel. You can learn to eat better, exercise more, um, have a proper diet, see a nutritionist, work with your doctor and your psychiatrist together with the nutritionist, about how to avoid gaining weight, what medications can be used for the side effects of the psychiatric meds, um, trying to keep the amount of medications you take to a minimum. Um, I do admit that I myself I'm on about 7 or 8 different medications, and some of those are for side effects of the psychiatric medications. But most of the time, I really don't notice too many problems. I could avoid the weight gain. I could avoid getting dehydrated when I'm out in the hot sun by uh, using sunscreen and make sure I have water with me at all times. Which also, by the way, plenty of fluids prevents constipation. Um, so there are ways of dealing with the various side effects that psychiatric meds present. Um, the thing is that for a lot of people, psychiatric meds are essential if they're going to function. If I don't take my meds, I don't function at all. So the side effects are something that I'm willing to um, bear with is or go along with because if I don't take my psychiatric medications, then I don't function. I become a total bubbling idiot without my medications. Um, if I seem at all lucid right now, speaking fairly clearly, that's because I take my medications like I'm supposed to. Um, to not take them means I hear voices more, I become more paranoid, I become more hostile and angry. Um, my temper explodes much more often. I get insomnia, anxiety, depression. Um, of course, we all feel anxiety, depression from time to time. It's a matter of degree, though, mixed in with psychotic thinking and psychotic hallucinations. Usually, hearing voices. I don't generally see things that aren't there because of my schizophrenia. That's not the form my hallucinations take. But the point I'm trying to make is I take all these medications because I can't function without them, but at the same time, they're not the only way of helping my own health. Diet, exercise, proper eating, vitamins, minerals, all of these things are still important. Medications should not replace common sense in approaching how you deal with health problems, whether you're on psychiatric medications or not. Um, so I met with my nurse practitioner yesterday. We really didn't change anything, and everything seems to be going smoothly. I will be seeing the gastroenterologist in September, and for now, we're just keeping things more or less the same, both with the psychiatrist and my primary care provider. Um, Comment, like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell if you want to know when I put out new videos. If you have a topic you want me to cover, put that in the comment section below. Um, if you really want to help my channel, share this video on social media like Twitter and Facebook, and give my video a thumbs up. And that's all for now.